All right, here we go. Actually, I want to put the Discord up on this screen here so we can check out the bracket. There's me advertising the shit out this bitch to the playground that doesn't give a flying fuck. Let me check my phone, see who's jumping in on the space. Anybody trying to jump in and chat it up with the kid? What up? Who's there requesting to speak? Okay. Zach's in the building. One man's got some balls to speak up. So we are live on the Twitter, on the SIBA network and on Twitter Space. Twitter Space really is for anybody that's, hey, look at Andrea. Twitter Space really is for everybody that wants to actually chime in and speak. That way I can mute and stuff like that, you know. If you just want to tune in or whatever, then that's, you know, that's what the Twitch is for. Also, just support us. I filed for, I put in for, what's it called? For partner again. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. So, matter of fact, let me check the emails. I already got that email opened up on my phone. Let me see. Nothing from them yet, so. Nothing from them yet. But we'll get there. It's you know, they'll get back to me at some point. They always do, right? They always do.
What's up, Veach?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
I might get a phone call. I might do a phone call. I might get a phone call that's going to disconnect. It's actually kind of an important phone call. I was actually going to push the spaces back a little bit, but you never know. Like, you know, he could have gotten back to me in an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And so you never know. But I just got a text saying my insurance agent is calling me back right away. Blah blah blah. But anyway, you guys got a series tonight. We're gonna be talking about that. Tyler statted. Tyler's tat up. Here they come. Hold up. I gotta take this off. Fuck.
Call from
Home Insurance Agent.
Hold on, I gotta mute myself. Hello? Yo, I'm back on the stream. Give me a second. Hold up. Yo, I'm back. Listen, guys, I'm back on the stream, but the Twitter space can't be heard on the stream right now because I'm getting another phone call from my insurance agent for my homeowner's insurance that I gotta everybody knows that, you know, I have my father's house who passed away. And it's that time, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole refinancing thing that I did is going through, and I have to get it in my name. So it's kind of urgent, and it's got to get taken care of. So the guy said he was going to call me back within the next 10, 15 minutes to get it done. They're just doing the underwriting and shit. And then I got to hop back on that call, and it's just going to disconnect me. It's just going to disconnect the spaces from the mainstream. So if you're on the spaces right now, you can listen in and stay on the space, and when I'm ready to reconnect my phone to the mixer, I'll do that. In the meantime, I'll just chat it up. You know, I won't cover anything. Like, I'll have like you know what I'll do? I have like a little monologue. I know you guys never listen to Mike Francesa or anything like that, you know, but usually like you have, you know, you have the sports guy or something, have a monologue, talks, and then they take their callers and shit, and that's what I'll do. So I'll have a little chat. I'll talk it out. I'll talk it up, and then fucking, you know, we'll we'll build on that. And when I bring people up to chat, we'll talk about that stuff. First things first. If you're taking a look at the Twitch stream itself, let's go to the playoff bracket real quick. I want to talk playoffs. I want something that's going on in the 2K League right now in the community that's going to directly affect us, as you guys know. The 2K League, for some fucking weird reason, reason that I can't really fathom, is allowing their pros to compete with amateurs in Pro Am. I don't understand it. I don't think that's a good move for them. I think two things. Number one, from a league standpoint, number one, you don't want your players dividing any attention away from building with their team in the pros, from playing with their team. Like, you don't see NBA players playing in another league. You know what I'm saying? Like, their focus is 100%, you know, on their sport. Like, it's been rare. Deion Sanders hitting a home run and scoring a touchdown in the same week. Whatever, Bo Jackson, like those, Bo Jackson, Deion, those are rare things. 99% of the time, like you got, like Michael Jordan had to retire from basketball just to play baseball. And baseball doesn't even compete with basketball. And baseball's played in the summer, basketball's in the winter and fall and early spring. So I don't get the move. I don't get it at all. I see in chit chat on Twitter talking about it's for Joe Knows. You got to be an idiot to think that the NBA 2K League cares about Joe Knows. That they're gonna allow play. Like, why the fuck would they care if he's winning everything in post draft? Like, do you think the 2K League is keeping an eye on the UPA League and caring about the product there? No, they got their own league to worry about. It's stupid. I don't know what the logic behind it is. I don't understand. The only thing that I can think of, and like Pop just said, like you're going from retail to league build, back to retail to league build. And I don't know if that's fucking I don't know if that's productive. I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know. I don't know if like you get used, like some of these rookies that just joined the league, like Dynasty, Tutok, Boolin, Best Bait, like these guys have been playing retails their whole lives. They haven't really played much league build. So there's going to be a natural adjustment period. I've seen videos of Tutok. He's looking like he's adjusting well. And he's going to load up, play retail, then back to league build. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. The only thing that I can think of as to why they would do this is try to reconnect with the fan base that plays Pro Am. So, you know, it's like, yo, listen, if we let our players play with the amateurs, they'll develop more of a rapport with them and a relationship with them. So they'll come and tune in. And I don't understand why you would say it's because Joe knows it's Thanos. Like, why? You have to explain to me in a way that makes sense why the 2K League gives a flying fuck. Like, no one can beat Joe, so they letting him play. Why does the 2K League care if Joe knows wins? Why the fuck do they care if he wins? Do you think the 2K League has a vendetta against Joe knows that they're going to fucking sabotage their own league? For one man? Are you fucking... Bro, I can't hear... No offense, bro. I can't hear stupidity. Like, that makes no fucking sense. The 2K League doesn't give two flying fucks about anyone that's not playing there. They don't give a shit. They don't care about Hoff or they don't give a shit about overnight weekend warrior leagues, CBL. They don't give a shit about who's winning those leagues. And they don't give a shit about any content creator that doesn't play there. Let them win everything. Who gives a fuck? Why do they care? Why does the NBA care about who wins in Rucker Park? Why would the NBA care if Kevin Durant is sweeping through the Drew League? I'm trying to figure out why they would care, why they would let them play. And my best estimate, like my best guess as to why they would let them play amateur, is because they really are desperate to connect with you guys. So letting you guys play with the pros together in other leagues will kind of like get you familiar with them. So then you tune in. I think that's what I also believe, that because these players are quote unquote property of the 2K League, meaning they're under contract, not like physical human property, but they're under contract with the 2K League, right? That they reserve the right to stream those games, maybe on the team streams, like when Dave Fry was playing in SIBA. And sometimes when he was running in the Combine, he was streaming from Mavs GG. Maybe those teams want to kind of siphon views in post-draft and bring them over to the league. I mean, the 2K League is doing well. Last I saw, they had 5.5K views when I was on Twitch the other night. That's a lot better than it was a year ago. The 2K League is doing way better with the views this year. So I don't get the logic. And I don't know if they view bot. I mean, listen, I don't know. I would not imagine that a professional league would view bot on Twitch. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I don't think the 2K League has to view bot, man. I mean, it's easy for them to get 5,000 viewers every time they load up. I mean, they have NBA players that tune in. A lot of people, listen, the 2K League isn't a premier esports league, but it's good enough to get 5,000 viewers without view botting. I'd have to hear it out of Sportstein's mouth. You'd have to show me a clip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to show me a clip of somebody saying the NBA 2K League view bots. They don't have to view bot. They're a professional esports organization. They have plenty of fans. When I say plenty of fans, I don't mean in contrast to Call of Duty or Valorant or any of the major esports leagues, but compared to just another streamer, like Joe knows, I noticed, I follow him now because I had to follow him to chat. 1.2, 2.4, maybe 3,000 if he's lucky. They're beating him by 2,000, and they should. He's a league. You know what I'm saying? He's an actual league. They're an actual league. So as far as viewership goes, maybe their goal is to be like, listen, I play Age of Empires. That fucking game beats the living shit out of NBA 2K view-wise. I mean, I've seen Age of Empires streams with 30,000 views. Bro, that game is fucking internationally known, bro. That fucking, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, maybe they feel like their product, maybe the 2K League feels like, you know, their shit belongs up there. But I don't know I really can't think of a reason other than they really are just trying to rope you guys in as viewers by letting you relate with and chat it up with and play with your favorite players, whatever the case may be. Or maybe another thing, it's 3v3, 5v5. So there's going to be a couple of players that aren't really playing every day anyway. Let them play Pro Am instead of sitting there. But why this is a bad move? Why this is a bad move for them? Why I think that this doesn't make sense? There's two major reasons why this doesn't make any sense. B May's Submarine, I thank you for the follow. Two main reasons why. Number one, these guys are pros. They're already getting paid. They don't need to run in these leagues for money anymore. Right? They don't need to win WR for a $2,000 cash prize divided amongst 5 or 6 guys. They're getting paid a salary. They're getting their medical benefits paid for, room and board paid for. They're getting paid a salary to play at the highest level. It's not about the money for them. They don't have to do this. These players don't need this shit. The fact that they want, I mean, if you say you miss watching Two Talk and overnights, bro, you should be ashamed. You should slap yourself for watching overnights. Like, you're part of the problem, really, honestly, if you're fucking tuning into overnights because you want to watch Two Talk and a fucking 5-team overnight. You really are part of the problem. I mean, that's disgusting, to be honest. Bro, because these overnight tournaments are not meant for, like, these overnight tournaments are really not meant for Bro, we're at the point now with the overnight tournaments where, like, people hate them. I don't hate them. But it's like, bro, these are things that you do bored. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they're just something to do when you're bored to make $50. Like, if you're really sitting there watching an overnight tournament, bro, you got to reevaluate. These overnight tournaments happen 4, 5, 6 times. There's like 17 different leagues that do them. There's fucking 2 or 3 of them going on every night. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking reason why anybody would be sitting there watching an overnight tournament. Now, a league, like, you're watching actual Hoff League, yeah, that's more competitive. You're actually watching brand names and players and teams playing together, trying to win something significant, sure. You know what I'm saying? But an overnight tournament, bro, it's like McDonald's, bro, it's like fast food. But anyway, I'm digressing. Letting these guys play in these leagues, bro, is dividing attention away from their actual team. I don't care what you say. Oh, we live together, we practice enough, so what if on my free time I'm running with the Spicy Boys? Bro, every moment when you're a professional, when you're getting paid as a professional, no, Tutak got his name from SIBA, bro. That's how Tutak got his name. Tutak found Spicy Boys through SIBA, and from Spicy Boys got his name. But if he wasn't in SIBA, he would have never met Lazy. But I'm trying to make a point here. I don't want to. I'm trying to follow the chat too and not leave you guys out because I'm supposed to be doing this through the Twitter space. But like I said, I got fucking real life shit to go on. But every moment you load up on this game that you're not running with your team. I didn't say he got drafted from playing the SIBA. He got drafted from his success with the Spicy Boys. And by the way, if anybody's getting drafted to the league by overnights, there you go. I mean, there it is right there. You got a bunch of fucking absolute morons running these teams in the 2K league. You got absolute fucking idiots. Anybody, any GM that's looking at overnight tournaments and saying, yo, that's where we're scouting this guy from. We're watching OVNs. Bro, you're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of fucking GMs in that league that don't know what they're doing. Especially the ones that aren't. Bro, if you're a coach right now in the 2K league and you are not flipping out, I don't see you on my timeline right now flipping out about this. If you are a 2K league coach and you are not up in arms about any of this shit right now, bro, quit your job. Look at this. Who needs a guard for post-draft? I know he ain't joking neither, bro. This is your boy fucking unguardable. I love Lazy, bro, but seeing fucking Benzo on the team and who else? And Tutok on the team. If I'm the GM of the Wizards, bro, I'm fucking telling Benzo straight up, bro, you're not loading for anything else but this. Or you could take a fucking hike. If you are a coach in the 2K league, bro, and you are not up in arms about this shit, flipping shit, bro, you should lose, bro, quit. Your players got to be focused on the professional league, bro. The players that you invested time in recruiting, the players that you are paying a salary to play for you, should be 110% focused on the franchise, not Spicy Boys, not Liquid Pro Am, not Black Market, nothing else. You should be focused on the 3v3 championship, not Hoff. No disrespect to Danger, but that's just the truth. Not even SIBA. You should not even be focused on SIBA. And me personally, I'll let the players play. But if there's any pros that actually come back to their SIBA team, bro, that's a bad look. Honestly, I'm not going to turn anybody away. This is, one up, bro, this is not their off season. Somebody in the chat, if you guys are listening in on Twitter and not watching the chat, somebody one up on Jay said, well, I mean, like, what do some NBA players do in the offseason? They play in other leagues. First of all, no, they don't. They play in the Drew League. They play in a Rucker Park. They don't play in other leagues. They're enjoying themselves, number one. Number two, they're in some of the best players are in constant contact with their team. And number three, we're in the season right now. We're not in the off season for the 2K League. The season just started. They're playing threes. They're playing for big money. I'm a 2K League GM. I see any of my players on a roster reveal, bro, you're benched. You're cut, actually. You're fucking cut. If you're any 2K League coach, that is not flipping shit about this should get fired by that organization. 100%. Listen, in SIBA, I want my guys paying attention and focusing on their SIBA shit. How can you be a fucking coach in the 2K League, bro? How could you be a coach in a 2K? Now, you guys are trying to speak on the space. I swear to God, once I'm done with that fucking 20-minute phone call that's coming up, probably even less than that, just to get my insurance figured out, I'm going to put the fucking thing back on the mixer, and we'll get the whole discussion going. But if you're a coach in the 2K League, bro, and you're not flipping out about this, or you're a GM, you should be ashamed of yourself. Should be absolutely ashamed of you. What the fuck did you scout these guys for? The fuck you scout these guys for? If you're going to tell me, if you're going to sit here, I want the first person to sit there and tell me, Feach, what do you care for what they do in their downtime? There's no downtime. There is no there's downtime in the NBA that they can go play in another league, bro. There's no downtime. You're not playing, you got practice. You're running with your team. There's no downtime. You're a professional. We're gonna really find out what franchises in a 2K League are ran by absolute fucking jokes, and what fucking franchises are ran by actual fucking grown men. And I don't give a shit. Like Toby said, they still get paid if they get cut. I don't know if there's guaranteed contracts in the 2K League like there is in the NBA. And here comes a phone call, guys. Give me 1 minute. Be right back. Sorry, guys. All right, $1,600 later, and we are fucking, bro, shit's nuts. Where's Tutok at, bro? I'm gonna start bringing people up to speak one at a time. I'm trying to get this, shit. First of all, hold up. Let me bring one speaker up to see. I'm gonna try to tell him to join space. But if you're asking, at night when I stream, I can't get some lunch money, bro, you're getting lunch money. You're getting paid. You're already getting paid. Anybody that's a speaker, say something. Let me see if I can hear you in this headset. Anybody? Oh, shit, my fault. Yo, anybody that's a speaker on the space, say something. Let me see if I can hear you guys in this headset. I cannot. Hold on one second. I'm gonna restart the space, guys. And when I restart this space, I want you to share the fuck out of it to get as many people in here as you can. All right? My man Joe. Yo, Joe, if you're listening right now and you can hear me, rejoin this space. You're gonna love this space, bro. Trust me. I promise you, it ain't about you. It ain't negative. I really want your opinion on it too, but I do have to restart this space right away because I'm trying to get this onto the Twitch stream so we can get the whole thing, like, you know, we can have the whole conversation on Twitch. But I had a fucking phone call that severed the Bluetooth connection from my phone to the mixer. So give me a second. I'm going to end it and start it right back. Let me just restart this. I'm going to tag some people. I'm going to tag my man. Let's see if Bestford, let's see if I can hear Bestford in the chat. Bestford, please say something. Yo. Yo. Take yourself off mute, brother. Fuck. Oh, shit. Yo. All right, I can hear you now in my headset. Awesome. We're ready to rock. You guys can hear me? Can you guys hear me in the can you guys can you hear me? Somebody say something.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, great. So you can hear me. The Twitch stream can hear me. Awesome. All right. So like I was saying before, I'm gonna start over real quick. All right. So pro players playing in post draft. Number one, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just this is just my outside opinion looking in. I don't care about that at all. But I will tell you right now, and I said this earlier, I'm gonna say it again for new people that are joining in the conversation, right? Especially Joe. Want to get his? I don't know if he'll join the speak, but I would love his opinion on this. If you are a professional 2K League GM and you are not flipping shit about this decision to let these players play post draft, you are a shit GM. You should quit, bro. You should be fired by that organization, 100%. No doubt about it. If you are a GM or a coach for a professional 2K League team and you are not angry as fuck about this decision, there is something wrong. You're what's wrong with this league, bro. There is no way in hell that you could be happy, that you could be content with the fact that this league just allowed these players that you spent all offseason recruiting, that you drafted, you interviewed, right? And that you're paying a salary for them to go and then divide time at night to play in other leagues with teams that aren't even their own team. You're a professional. Your attention should be once you get drafted by the 2K League and you are in market or you signed on that dotted line, bro, you are on that team. It is time to put the Pro Am shit away. There is no downtime. Tutok just commented on something before. He said at night when I stream, I can't get some lunch money. What the fuck do you mean by lunch money? You're getting paid a salary. There is no more of this, yo, I need an extra $50 for an overnight tournament. I'm a broke fucking 18-year-old living at home. You're getting paid a salary. If you want lunch money, win. You get more money the more you win in the 2K League. Do you think that you're putting yourself in a position to win at the highest level when you're loading up in retail a couple of nights a week with other players that ain't your team? How could a GM be happy? How can a GM in a league accept that? Bro, we have coaches in SIBA that don't put up with that shit. And we don't pay you guys. I don't put up with that shit in this league. When you miss games, bro, when you skip out on your team, when your team needs you here, bro, you don't come back from that here. This is an amateur league with a $1,000 pot. $1,500 if we're lucky. You're getting paid a salary to play this fucking game. You're getting your bills, your salary paid for, your medical benefits paid for, your room and board paid for. You're making lifelong connections. There is no fucking way you are dividing time away from play. There's no such thing as downtime. Any moment of downtime, you're not playing a 2K league. You're building fucking camaraderie with your team. You're building your relationship with your team. You're building a relationship with your coach. You're practicing with your team. You're running. If you want to join half or an overnight when the team's not playing with your actual team, okay. That's the only way I can see this making sense. That is the only way that I can see this making any sort of sense. Is if you're running with if the T-Wolves are running if you're playing the T-Wolves in half, if you're playing the T-Wolves in MPBA, if you're playing the T-Wolves in a dunk OVN or a midday. That's not what we're seeing on these roster reveals right now. Bro, I'm the Wizards, and I invested a first overall pick in this fucking kid Benzo, and he's playing for the Spicy Boys? Are you fucking out of your mind? You're the number 1 overall pick in the 2K League draft. What the fuck are you doing? Shout out to Lazy. Lazy, I love you. What the fuck are you doing playing for the Spicy Boys? You want to beat Joe Knows that bad? Is this what, bro, is that what the fuck this has come to? Bro, anything that this gaming community can do to further bury the fucking competitive part of this game, they'll do it. They'll do it. Number one reason why this is a terrible decision, right, is because, bro, there's no fucking possible way any player should be dividing their time away from their team. You're at the pros. You're a professional. Any fucking franchise that has any player on a roster reveal, it doesn't make a roster move and cut him. You know what listen, bro, I don't give a fuck if I spent the number 1 overall pick on Benzo. I don't give a fuck if I drafted Tutak in the first round and he's the best fucking thing since sliced bread. I'm calling him in the office. I'm saying, yo, you want to play for the Spicy Boys so bad? Here you go. You're cut. Go play for the Spicy Boys. And like I said, I ain't got no beef with this. Lazy knows I ain't got no beef with him. I love Lazy. Bro, Lazy built that brand within SIBA. He's one of the, bro, he's donated money to our pod, bro. I root for him all the fucking time. I'm talking in general. I'm just speaking in general. If I'm a fucking coach in the league, bro, and I see my players loading up on an off night, bro, on retail, I'm saying, yo, that's your team. I got it. Listen, you invest the number 1 overall pick in somebody, their focus should be 100% on your franchise. I don't know who coaches the Wizards. I don't follow it like that. I don't know who runs that organization. I don't know what their feelings are. What we really need is a fucking space. We need a spaces from the league, like that 2K speakeasy thing that they usually do, that they were doing last year. We need to hear from these coaches and get what they think. We need to hear what these coaches and GMs in the 2K League really think about this decision. Because me personally, and like I'm not a GM by any means in the 2K League, but I coach in SIBA. I did. And like I couldn't stand it when I had guys that weren't committed to my free league team. I could only imagine, bro. I can only imagine spending your fucking time recruiting, cultivating a relationship with somebody, and then giving them the okay. And look, not all these players in the 2K league are going to start playing a fucking game retail again. They're not going to play in post. They're not going to play. Not everybody's playing Pro Am and post draft. Take note of the ones who are. 100%. Take note of the ones who are. That's all I got to say. That's what I'd be doing right now. If I was in a league, if I was a GM, I'm getting with the other GMs. I say, yo, let's take notes on who the fuck is actually taking his bait. Second reason why this is a terrible move for the league, for the league standpoint. You don't own players. Like, you don't own anybody, but you own the rights to, you have exclusive rights to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tutak on Timberwolves. Like, he's on the Timberwolves now. You want to see Tutak play this game so bad, and Tutak was doing really well before some SIBA dipshit fucked the stream up. But Tutak was doing very well, partnered with Twitch. A lot of people wanted to see Tutak play. He's on the Timberwolves, right? I believe he's on the Timberwolves because he's with Bear the Beast. You want to see Tutak play, you got to watch the Timberwolves. They got exclusive access to their stars. Now you can watch them on a Chalk stream, or Joe Knows stream. You can watch them anywhere now. How does that help the league? You're giving away the product for free. You're making it like open source. Like it's like a, you know what I'm saying? Like these players are like whores now. Like this, anybody can access it. It should be, you want to watch Tutak play 2K because you love the way he plays and he's such a draw. You got to tune into the 2K league stream. You got to be a fan of the league. Now you can watch him anywhere. Again, I don't know I can't get the logic behind this at all. I just don't. I need somebody to explain it to me. I know Joe's listening. Joe, I've had multiple people try to tell me here that they did this to stop you. This is no offense to you. I don't know why the fuck the 2K League would care about you enough to allow their players to play here just so you don't win Pro Am. I don't know why the 2K League would give two shits about who wins Hoff and WR and all this other shit. Or even the fucking UPAs. Why would they care? So listen, if I'm going to bring somebody up to speak and you tell me they did this because Joe Knows is winning everything, bro, you know what? I won't shut you off. I'll let you speak and continue to make an ass of yourself. I will, 100%. Like, I will let you talk. But, I mean, that's the stupidest fucking thing in the world. And I like Joe Knows. I do, despite what people may think, right? I do like him. I think he's a terrific player, 100%. Somebody just said, CRG, the Swag King, says the guy that doesn't want to pay big streamers to hoop. So somebody quoted my tweet. I'm going to read you my tweet that I made earlier, right? I said the NBA 2K League is finished. I do believe that with this move, they have actually stuck a nail in a coffin, or have begun to. You're going to have professionals already getting paid to play this game from the actual NBA, dividing focus away from their team to win tournaments and overnights versus amateurs for pocket change. You should have exclusive rights to your star players. Now you can see them anywhere, on different teams, with different people, even less of a reason to tune in. The 2K League spaces don't do numbers, they don't. Those speakeasies do pretty good numbers for a Twitter space, but not for a professional. I've seen conspiracy theorists Twitter spaces do fucking 5 times the numbers that a speakeasy would do. The spaces don't do numbers. The Twitter posts definitely don't do numbers. There was a Knicks gaming and fucking Nets gaming in-person event at Brookland, and the only person to comment on the post was fucking Billy Costa. It's crazy. The Twitter posts don't do numbers, but the Twitch viewership is way up. That's the one thing about the league. The Twitch viewership is way up. They were getting about 2.2K. They're getting over 5,500. Their Twitch viewership is way up. That's something to build on. Instead, you're giving players a chance to take time away from building chem and camaraderie with their professional team to play for amateur brands just to reconnect with their friends on Twitter who aren't really supporting them as pros anyway. It's just a weird dynamic. If there's anyone left out there that truly cares about Pro Am, thank you, Lucky Stars. SIBA is growing stronger than ever because what's out there, what's yet to come, sheesh. And bro, somebody just quoted that tweet saying, says the guy that doesn't want to pay big streamers to hoop. First of all, I want to know what I just said has anything to do with me wanting or not wanting to pay big streamers to hoop, number one. One has nothing to do with the other. Number two, why would I pay anybody to play in SIBA? It's free. Why would I pay big streamers to hoop? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get a return on the investment on that. If you're talking about if I paid Joe Knows because of his check comment, I write him a check. I don't get a piece. More people aren't going to sign up to SIBA because he joined. We have 40 pro teams. It's not like, oh, now that Joe Knows joined, we're going to have 75 teams here. I'm going to make a shitload. I don't take money from the pot. The money that you guys put in, I don't touch. It's not my money. Why would I pay anybody? I make the same, bro, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, it matters if the league is better when great players play here. The league is better when popular players who pull streams play here. But if Joe Knows played in SIBA and I'm streaming his game on the SIBA network, I'm doing 150 views. He's doing 2,000. He's not saying, yo, guys, go watch the SIBA network. Take my 2,000 views. He ain't doing that. So what am I paying him for? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So, I mean, that's a stupid comment to make. It's unintelligent. For whoever the fuck this dude is, go say what's up to this kid. He's a GM for the Oklahoma City Chargers, which isn't even a fucking real team, right? And that's funny that a GM would say that. So I would love for this fucking dude to say something. I wonder if you were a GM, do you actually fucking think, do you want anybody from the Oklahoma City Chargers to all of a sudden play every other fucking league out there instead of worrying about the Chargers? I know that's not a real team. I know it's just, it's branded to look like it's a team from a city, but it's not, bro. It's not. I know what the fuck it is.
Speech. The person that plays on that team is Gerald 2K.
I don't give a shit about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck about that. That's not the point. That's not important. It's not important. I don't give a shit about that. The point I'm trying to make is, bro, we're talking about how little sense this makes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about how little sense this makes for the league to do this. I don't know that, listen, and I don't know if it benefits the leagues. Maybe, listen, the 2K League does not and should not give two shits about what these leagues do. I mean, listen, if you look, the UPAs are ran by people that have strong connections to the 2K League. If they're really letting these players play there so they can say, yo, Ev, we'll throw you a solid, bro. We're going to let these guys play there because, the post-draft numbers and the post-draft views outside of the main content creators like Joe Knows, nobody's watching, nobody gives a shit about your post-draft outside of if Black Market is playing. Here's a bone we're going to throw to you. We'll help you out. Like, if they were really, trying to help out these league owners by doing this, that's fucking stupid. I mean, bro, business is business. How does that make sense? You're helping somebody out? I mean, I don't think that's what it is, honestly. I don't think they're trying to help anybody out. I certainly don't think that they're trying to stop one content creator from winning everything. Like, that shit, that blows my mind that a fully grown human could even formulate that opinion. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think the 2K League really wants to connect with the player base and allowing their players to occasionally, all right, so just imagine, if the NBA, just imagine if, at your local rec center in Sacramento, the Kings players started coming down and playing, and they were rubbing shoulders with you, hooping. You would be more of a fan of the team because you're seeing them every day. You're playing with them outside of just watching them on TV. You're connecting with the fan base a little more, so it'll draw you in. I don't know if that's what it is.
All right. So one of the reasons that I've seen is a lot of teams honestly only schedule about 3 or 4 scrum blocks a day, and especially earlier, maybe 5 or 6. So, and especially early into 3v3, that's maybe 45 minutes a block, 6 times a day. So they're playing for about 4 hours. And then if you want them to do 4 more hours of team building trust falls, just really getting in there with the fellas, that's only about 8 hours of the day. And You got to think about it. To go to the league, these are the people that love some virtual basketball. So, they have 8 hours a day with their team.
I get it. So what you're saying is there's a lot. So just to cut to the point you're trying to make, there's a lot of downtime. So what do you do with that downtime?
And
Right.
a lot of these people before they went to the league were streamers or enjoyed playing even more of the game.
Okay, so
But it's like now
why are they not running with their actual team?
the reason they don't want to run with their actual team out of the league, it puts out a lot more film for teams in the league to watch if they're playing a lot of tournaments in retail with their whole team.
Yeah, I don't listen. I don't know. I don't know if listen. I don't know if I buy that nonsense about this puts out a lot of more film. I mean, it's a video game. There's plenty of film on these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have film on them, but you're gonna have film on them playing amateurs on totally different builds. They're gonna be playing on retail builds. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a totally different game. You know what I mean?
But also, Feach, they already play like 8 hours a day together.
All right,
like,
so get off the
I don't
game.
know
How,
about you personally.
so my thing is,
But they're already-
so my thing is like, yeah, get off the game. Go do something else for the team outside of the bro. Do some community work. You know what I'm saying? Go visit a fucking hospital or something. You know what I'm saying? Go do something like these NBA players do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're on the game 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what they're doing. That's what they were doing before they went to the league.
yeah,
I don't know
that's
why
what they were
I'm saying.
doing. Listen, that's what they were doing before they got to the league because they were trying to grind to get here. Now you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly,
But
like, yo, listen, if you want to,
Feach,
and bro,
just
by the
because
way,
you get to where you want to be, does that mean you stop working?
nobody tells them to stop working. You can work as much as you want. You can have team scrimmages. You can set up scrimmages against other teams, giving them different looks.
Okay,
The work don't stop. What I'm trying, bro.
The thing is, as a coach, would you really? Okay, think about it. Think about it in terms of SIBA. If one of your players loaded up for like 4 hours of scrimmages and then went and played a best of 5 for you, and then wanted to go keep playing and trying to like work on his game, would that make you mad?
Listen, I'm not a big.
Would that
I'm
make
not.
you
Listen,
mad?
I'm not a Cooks Iverson fan. And Harlem can tell you why. I really don't like the dude, but he just said something. He quoted Bauer. He said, if you're in the league and you're playing post-draft, you got to really think your game in life. No way you motherfuckers grind years to make the league just to go play post-draft against rising talent. Do better. I agree with him. I don't think it's just about playing against rising talent. I don't think it's just about playing against lesser talent. I think it's about dividing your attention away from the team. I mean, look, you listen. You're never going to convince me that loading up for an overnight tournament with guys that aren't your team is going to be more productive for the franchise than an extra film session, or like you said, a trust fall bonding exercise. There's no way in hell you're going to convince me, bro, that's better.
That's BYOT rule. That's why there's a BYOT rule, because
Hey, yo, Feach, what's the word, man? It's Harlem. What's the word,
there's
bro?
an advantage to playing on the team. I don't believe what Body Count is saying also is true, though.
I mean, listen, it's his opinion, it's his angle, but I just don't buy that. I don't buy that. I don't think that there was a massive. First of all, I'm plugged into 2K Twitter, and I did not notice any, big movement from players in the league saying, we want to play post-draft, let us in. Like, this is something that the league probably, just did it upon themselves to do, and players are taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is league initiated. I don't think this is player initiated at all. I think you're going to have a bunch of players, you know what I'm saying, that are going to take advantage of this and play, but I didn't notice. I don't know, maybe somebody can help me out. Did anybody notice any movement on social media where guys were like, yo, let us play, or we're all walking out? I didn't notice that at all. This is something that just came out of the blue that the league did.
Yo, Feach, look, you gotta look at it like, well, look, from what because I don't know, I ain't really look at it, but now I'm looking at it, I'm seeing what's going on. I look at it like this, right? I look at it as, now since these guys are 2K League, I look at it like as them being celebrities, right? Now celebrities are doing regular club walkthroughs, like now UPA, SIBA, all these, like these leagues are like walkthroughs now, like, oh wow, Leonardo DiCaprio came to my restaurant.
That was the point I made earlier. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, I think that they're letting them do this so they can like bond with like you know what I'm saying? Like for
Yeah,
example,
they can't.
for example,
They
like
cannot be
Jalen.
alienated.
Yo, think
You know,
about like,
oh, they're bougie now. No, they're not bougie now. No, they'll show up to a off overnight.
and that'll
You
make
know,
you want to
they'll show
tune
up
in.
to
That'll make you want to tune in because you feel like you know
yeah.
just the same thing as if you're playing at a park in Harlem and Jalen Brunson shows up, starts hooping with y'all and chilling,
Yeah,
and
that's
y'all
what's
go to
up.
the
That's
y'all go to the
great.
bodega, get a chopped cheese and everything, chilling. Like you're gonna feel
Yeah.
like you got a connection with him. So now, like, yo,
Oh,
let's
wow,
go to the Knick game.
Tupac is back. Oh shit! Look at Tupac. He's back.
Yeah, I know.
Wow,
Yeah,
what's up,
yeah.
Tupac?
That's the only thing that I can think of in my brain that makes sense why this decision was made.
And
That's
then
the only thing I can think of.
It will pull more people into their stream. Like, okay, like he
But
showed
that's
to
but
the
look,
bodega.
yo, that's the here. So here's another thing about
Right.
the streaming. Unless the 2K League is saying, yo, when you stream your games, you're streaming it from the Mavs or the T-Wolves gaming. We want your streams. Unless they're saying that, bro, this is so counterproductive, bro. Because again, if you heard what I said earlier, if you wanted to watch Tupac play 2K because you like his game, you had to tune in to the 2K League stream. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a professional now. He plays for the T-Wolves, right? Now you can watch him anywhere. Now you can watch him on an overnight tournament. Now you can watch him on his own stream, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And listen, if you wanted to let Tupac stream and build his own stream and make money, it would have to be he's doing it with, you know, in the process of doing T-Wolves activity. So you're also consuming the T-Wolves product. And there's nothing wrong with the 2K League saying, yo, if you want to watch these players, it has to be with what we're doing. They're the ones that are making the investment in this guy. They're the ones that are making the investment in the player financially, time-wise. They're the ones that have they're the ones that spent all this time scouting them. So
Right.
it is well within their jurisdiction to be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be out of line to say, yo, y'all want to see Tupac play 2K? Either watch on the stream when he's playing, or if you want to see him load up and do team activities on his, if you want to see him on his own stream and he wants to build his numbers, bro, you're gonna watch a intra squad game. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna watch him do, you know, activities with the T-Wolves.
Okay.
You're gonna be immersed in the
okay.
2K League product whenever you watch Tupac stream. Now that's not like that anymore. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't get
Okay.
it, bro. I just don't get it.
I get it. So look, Feast, right? All right, Fansters, right? Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, they work for ESPN, but they also have Club Shay Shay and the Stephen A. Smith show outside of the ESPN.
Yeah, they're not.
And outside of,
I get it, but they're not professional players, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just journalists now.
I'm not
When
talking about
when
it.
Shannon Sharp
Okay,
was playing in the NFL, bro, was he also playing in the XFL? Was he also playing arena football? Like even in his what you know was
He might show up
were
to
you
a
wait?
flag
Well, hold
football
on, wait
game.
a second. Were you able to say, yo, in the NFL we only play one day on Sundays? You're trying to tell me I can't play flag football Mondays through Saturdays and days I got off?
Yeah,
Fuck
but
no.
You gotta remember, but you gotta remember, Feach, the internet time is the equivalent of like a New York minute. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know, what I'm trying to say is like just like how Bot said, you know, there's a huge gap in these games. You know, in the 2K League, you know, there's a huge space in between. It's like
I understand that,
know,
but bro,
it's like it's like the Drew League. It's like, okay, like players will be players go to the Drew League, you know, during the off season.
yeah, they do it during the off season.
It's the equivalent of going to the Drew League every week or so.
Not during the regular season. During the off season.
I think the way Harlem presented is way better. I think it's way better to think of the players as entertainers and not athletes. Because the reason these athletes don't play outside the league is injury. And I don't know if one of these players finds a way to get, you know, dislocate their thumb while they're playing retail.
Well, listen, if it's about injury, then these guys ain't playing anywhere in the postseason, even when the season's over. What does it matter if a torn ACL for Kevin Durant while he's playing in Rucker Park is a torn ACL? He's going to miss a year anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when the off season is here, these guys can go out and play, do outreach, and listen, Kevin Durant is not playing in Rucker Park because he needs to continue to work on. Yeah, he's not playing in Rucker Park because he's got to continue to work on his game, or B, you know what I'm saying, because he needs the money. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing it because this is what pro athletes do. They go out there and do outreach. Right? They go out there and they build relationships with the community, especially the basketball playing community. And there is nothing wrong with 2K League players doing that. But just like in the NBA, when you're a professional, bro, when this regular season is on, your focus is 100%, well, it should be 100% on the professional team that you play for. And if it's not, then that's a problem, especially if it's the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
How can you say that, Feast? But how can you say they're not focused on their team? I'm just asking you,
listen,
like,
and
how can you say
listen.
that?
Anytime you load up on this game in post draft to play an overnight tournament or fucking half or whatever, like that's time you could have been playing with the team. You know what I'm saying?
The question I got for the dude speech is like, how can they sit here and say, oh, but we just practiced for 4 hours and then go play on a completely different game? It's counterproductive to everything they just did. Like,
that's another thing too. Like you're going from league build to retail, back to league build, back to retail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, it's too. Look, my thing is this. Look, even if you agree with it, I'm talking about if I'm the 2K league, right? If I'm making this decision, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, too many things can go wrong here. It doesn't benefit us as a league, really. Like when I'm trying to justify their decision, I'm trying to figure out like how do they benefit from it? You know what I'm saying? Like how do they get something out of this? And the only way that I see them actually getting something out of this is from what I said earlier and what Harlem built upon is outreach to the community. But bro, Tutak came from SIBA. He came from Spicy Boys. He came from the community. He already has that following. You know what I'm saying? Like he paid his dues. Like if you're not following Tutak by now in the pro league, then you don't really give a shit either about him or the 2K league at all. You know what I'm saying? You don't listen. Benzo has been a top Pro Am player for years. He just had to wait till he was 18. And then once he turned 18, right off the bat, first overall pick. He doesn't need to go back and play post-draft to get in touch with the fucking community. Everybody knows him already. Yeah, and that's what Twitter's for, dude. That's what Twitter's for, man.
No, but Feeds, you know how they you know the old saying. They say you are only as good as your last fight. So sometimes, and I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. As far as me being in the 2K community, I've seen players don't come back to these, don't come back to Half overnight and other things like that. And I don't want to say that their viewership went down or their popularity went down. I do want to say that I noticed that when they don't stay connected to the community that they came from, it does.
They can listen. They stay. Listen, bro. Look. Listen. This has been going. Look. I'm gonna counter that. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna counter that. Spammy. Everybody knows Spammy. Everybody in SIBA know. We all know Spammy, right? We all love Spammy, right? Spammy plays Call of Duty a lot. You know what I'm saying? If there's some downtime, you pick up the controller, play some Call of Duty with some of your boys. You know what I'm saying? You connect. You use Twitter, you connect. You go live on Twitch, you connect. There's plenty of ways you can connect. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of ways. During the season, though, during the season when there's money, look, and especially, I'm talking from a GM standpoint. These guys in the 2K league don't get paid dick unless they win shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get, you're not even sick. You don't even, look, if you were like, I already got $200,000 locked. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even, nobody's winning any money yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody secured that fucking big bag from the league yet. It just started and already we got roster reveals, bro. Like, what the fuck? It just, the league just started and already you're getting roster reveals. Like, that's a bad sign. I'm not talking, when I'm saying this right now, I'm not speaking as Feach, the commissioner of SIBA. Because me personally, I'll tell you right now, bro, if Dave Fry wanted to come back to play Sunz Of Man next season, that'd be fucking great. That'd be awesome if Spammy came back to play for Method Men and DJ, all these fucking players
came back to Winter Wars.
Yeah, if they all came back, bro, if all these players came back to play for SIBA next season instead of waiting for pre-draft or waiting until if we run another league in late July, August, you know how great that is for me? That's fucking awesome for this league. I'm not speaking from my perspective. I'm thinking about it from the league perspective, and if I was a GM in the league, I would be flipping shit right now. I'd be pounding on the I'd be pounding on the office door at the 2K League headquarters wanting to talk to whoever made that decision, and I need an explanation. I need a fucking solid explanation as to why you're allowing our players, you're affording them the opportunity to go out there and compete in Pro Am. when we need them focus. If they're loading up 2K, they're loading it up for whatever team that drafted them, just like in SIBA. You know what I'm saying? But like even more so in the league, bro, because these guys are getting paid. You know, these guys are professionals.
Didn't you say earlier that the 2K League Twitch the views are not that high? Didn't you say that?
No, they're high for them. They're not high for an esport. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I play a lot of Age of Empires, which is an old game. None of you guys know what. Maybe a handful of you guys would know what that is. They do 30,000 views. Like some of their top streamers do 30,000
maybe
views.
That might be it, Feach. Maybe like
you're not gonna listen. You're not gonna find
Okay.
you're not gonna find 30,000 views for this league, bro. You're just
No,
not.
I know that.
You're not.
I'm just saying like maybe.
And
that,
this is bad.
maybe
Listen,
they
unless
haven't going out there.
Unless we don't.
So you playing.
The thing is, we don't really know the details about why this decision was made or what this like. We don't have the details for this. You know what I'm saying? So, we don't know if they're saying to their guys, "Listen, you want to play these leagues, fine, but you're doing it from our team stream." We don't know that.
That's why I brought up the Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp thing, because maybe the checks that they're getting, the professional checks that they're getting, and hold on, no, don't quote me on this. Nobody take this right here what I'm about to say and take it out of content. Maybe that the checks that they're getting from the professional level, I'm not saying that it's good or it's bad, but maybe they're allowing them to continue making whatever they were already.
You're not going to use a $30 overnight prize as a way to supplement their income. We're not going to go down that road, are we? Honestly, we're not. Listen, we're not going to go down that road. We're not going to say. Listen, that's kind. Listen, that's. Listen, but what that's.
18-year-olds.
I know, but what that sounds like to me, it sounds like the age-old debate in this country about minimum wage. Like, you know, why do these companies like Walmart pay their workers like shit just for them to still go get food stamps to supplement their income? Like, is that what this is? Like, we pay our players like shit so much, we're just going to allow them to play overnights in leagues to supplement their income? Like, yo, we're not paying you anything, so go. Yeah, we'll allow you to go make your $50 here, $150 there. Like, I don't.
It sounds wild. I know that sounds extremely crazy because you know you are.
I don't believe that because you're talking about elite. Listen, and I'll tell you why, bro. I'll tell you why. Two reasons why I don't believe that. If that's the reason, it's a stupid reason, and I'll tell you why. Number one,
all right.
We're talking about it.
Stupid to who? Stupid to who?
It's stupid to me and anybody that understands the way the league works and and has a brain. And I'm explaining it. Look, number one, you're talking about a league, the 2K league, where if you don't win, you don't make any money, right? So why are you allowing players to like go out there and divert their attention away when the season starts? When if you want to make more money, go out there and win. And how do you win? Come on, you're a coach. How long have you been coach? How do you win? Ask Joe Knows. How does he win? He plays with the same guys over and over again. They run together. They practice together. They live, eat, shit, breathe, piss, black market all the fucking time. And if they have to swap out a player on their roster, that player becomes, you know, absorbed into the culture. That team doesn't do rental players. You don't see roster reveals from that team. What I'm saying is, if an amateur team can do that, you're trying to tell me a professional team can't when the whole financial setup of that league is it's incentive based. Like you start off at what, $30,000?
But what if three out of the 5 starters of the black market get drafted to the 2K league? Right now, so you telling me that there'll be no more black market?
No, they'll find they'll find amateur players. Like it has nothing to do with them. That has nothing to do with black market. I'm using them as an example. I'm using them as an example as a team that sticks together, and that's why they win, bro. They win. They don't win because they got the best player in all of Pro Am. They win because they stick together. You take Joe Knows off that team, you put him on another team, he's not going to lead that team to a championship right away. It'll probably take time for him to build chemistry and have those players buy into his system. That team wins for the same reason why I called the Rushing Elephants to win in our league last season. Because every time they loaded up outside of SIBA, what did they do? They played with the Rushing Elephants logo. They played overnight tournaments, middays, other leagues, Rushing Elephants, and they did it as a team. That same starting 5 SIBA team was loading up everywhere else in other leagues, and it was no coincidence that I called it, that team was going to win the championship 1 week into the regular season. 1 week into the regular season last season, I said the Elephants are going to win it all. All they had was U-Bots on the team. Nobody knew who Jack Threes only was at that time. He was still an up-and-coming prospect that just got out of SIBA College. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. They had Jack Threes, who nobody knew. They had fucking U-Bots, who everybody knows, right, who got drafted by the Blazers. They had Back Sippin, who's not even in the fucking league anymore. Wugsy, who's not even in the league anymore. And they had Drift as their center. A player who hadn't played, a player who hasn't been good in this league since 2K20 current gen. They had a ragtag group of players surrounded by one star, and they played everywhere together. And they beat, who did they beat on their way to winning the SIBA championship last season? A team with Trey Dollars, Can't Guard Rob, and Spam. They beat Killy, Sickington, and Meter Dunk. And then they beat Spammy and DJ Too Cold. How the fuck did that roster beat those 3 teams to win a championship? And they came down 3 games to 1 in the finals against Spammy and DJ. How? The same reason why Joe's team always wins. They play together all the time. They communicate. I've watched their games. I don't watch games outside of SIBA, but ever since this whole thing with Joe knows, me and him kind of got a little bit of an argument on Twitter, I've actually tuned in to try to see what the deal is. Their communication is good, but I noticed they don't communicate a lot. Why? Because when you have that kind of chemistry, sometimes you don't even have to say it. Everybody knows. Everybody's just used to being where they're supposed to be, and you don't even have to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
that's how you win.
Okay.
That's how you win. And if that's how you win in the amateurs level, that's the only way you're going to be able to win at the pro level. And if you're not winning at the pro level, you're not making any fucking money. So if these guys really need to supplement their income, then they should focus on their fucking teams and win in the league.
I'm not saying supplement their income, Feach. I'm not talking about that.
You're talking about what Tutak said on Twitter? Why can't I get lunch money?
Yeah, lunch money.
You're out of your fucking mind, bro. You're getting paid.
Oh, right.
Bro,
I mean, obviously he was
You thinking about it too much as normal 2K,
Yeah.
and not as a real business. If these players are already loading up 8 hours a day, what you want them to work their job 12 hours a day? You want them 14 hours a day?
So then what is? So wait a second. If you first of all, if you haven't heard the saying, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. If you think this is really if anybody in that league thinks that
I need 16 hours a day on the garbage truck for the same pay. Same pay.
Listen to me.
A lot of people wanted to work 8 hours.
Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. You got 18-year-old kids. You got kids in this league. This is a kids league, right? They're playing a video game, right? If any of those kids see this as a job, they shouldn't be there. You're getting paid, obviously, yeah. But if anybody sees this, oh, this is my job. Got to load up for T-Wolves Gaming now. Oh, man, when is practice with the Cavs gaming going to be over so I can play an overnight tournament, man? That's what I really want to do. Anybody has that mentality, bro, shouldn't be in a fucking league.
I mean,
They literally do whatever the organization
like
says, like 8 to 10 hours a day. You telling me they shouldn't control?
All right.
The 2K League has never had rights to the players' content unless they give them more compensation. They never have rights to the players' content that the players create.
Oh well, the players could be creating content with the team. That's what I'm saying. They could be creating content with the team, not with Spicy Boys or fucking
but maybe
State Mafia.
Maybe. Hold on, Fee. I understand what you're saying. Trust me, I'm with you. I'm with you.
No, listen, I'm glad people are disagreeing with me because I need people to disagree with me because I need people to throw shit at me because I need to understand it. Like I still don't get it. And listen, no offense, things that you guys are telling me right now, it's still not registering. Like it's still not, I haven't had that. Oh shit!
Because you're not looking at it in the new 2024 way of thinking. Like you're old school dude. No disrespect. I'm trying to say, like, you're looking at it as like a, blue-collar, hard-working guy. This is the internet, Feach. This is the internet. We are in the 22nd, about to be 22nd century of life. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we are in the future. So you got to understand what I'm trying to, like, where I'm trying to bring this to. Where I'm trying to bring this conversation to is these players they don't look at it as like, okay, well, I'm on the T-Wolves, Tutok's on the T-Wolves, and then I'm gonna only keep creating content for the T Wolves, and it's all T Wolves, T Wolves. There, of course, he's gonna be all for the T Wolves. His hands are on a controller, and they're just moving around. And I understand that was funny what you said about how he could mess up his thumb muscle. Yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes been messing up their thumb muscles. If that's the case, it'd have been over with. You know what I'm trying to say? So what I'm saying is, if Tupac can play the T Wolves, and then he can go and play in the overnight here and there, or he can go and play in the midday here and there, or come back to SIBA. You know what I'm trying to say? And what's it
Well,
called?
listen, I'll tell listen, not to cut you, not to cut you off, but at least you guys, listen, at least these reasons you given me are a lot better than the whole thing I was getting when I started the stream, or what I saw on Twitter was they're doing it because the 2K League is mad Joe Knows is winning everything. Like, at least we've moved up. At least I've moved on from that, because, you know what I'm saying, I was actually looking for somebody to actually give me something. Because honestly, like, I kicked it around in my brain. I'm not a genius by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm college educated, right? So I'm trying to figure out, like, where the benefit is for the league and for these franchises.
The benefit is for the play. The main benefit is for the players.
I don't understand how. I don't understand. I don't understand how this benefits the players to be dividing time from their team playing a totally different game. You know, retail and league build are totally different games, bro. They're totally different.
They wouldn't have been spending with their team anyway.
I'll tell you like this.
They're not low. Listen, they're not low. Listen, they're not loading up. Listen, I'll tell you right now. The roster reveal that I saw one roster reveal already, and if it's happened once, it's going to happen 1,000 times. You got Benzo and you got Tupac. They're on two different teams in the 2K League, right? One's on the T-Wolves, one's on the Wizards, and they're playing with three amateurs.
I see your comment, Buck. Go ahead,
Buck. They're playing with three other amateurs. They're not playing together as a team. If this was, if this rule came out and they said, you can play in these leagues, but you have to play under the T-Wolves thing, and you have to play as a team. If the rest of your teammates don't want to do it, then you can't do it. If that was the way, then I would say, you know what? This actually makes a little bit of sense, because these guys can keep – because, look, the league is already doing that now with this community team with the 3v3. You can be an amateur and play against pros. They're already doing that. The 2K League is already doing that already. All this thing about outreach and stuff like that and trying to keep in touch and not be a celebrity, like, they're already doing that already. You got the Islanders gaming team for the hockey team. They got their own 2K team. Then you got community teams, which are privately ran brands. Like the GCL is a 3v3 league. They have their own team that Sav is coaching, right? So they're already doing that shit already. To allow this whole thing that they're allowing now doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just doesn't make enough sense, is what I'm saying.
So what they're trying to do is expand the fan base, but they're doing it the wrong way. So I'm going to compare it, me personally, I came from playing Call of Duty. I'm going to compare it to Call of Duty. So in the Call of Duty pro scene, you got your pro players, and then there's
fuck am I doing?
They have challengers, which is considered their G League. So those are the players that are trying to become pros, but just not there yet. 2K doesn't have G League in order for it to produce those players to the next level. So in order for 2K to get a G League, they have to get the 2K League and the NBA to sponsor those teams. Because in Call of Duty, those orgs that have teams in the Call of Duty League have necessarily a G League team underneath of them, which is in that. So in order for 2K to increase their viewership, they got to do it that way, rather than just allowing people to just go play whatever they want. Even in Call of Duty, like, they'll go play their pro games or whatever, and then afterwards they'll all get together and play against each other in what they call 8. So they'll play against each other, but that's all streamed with their pro league, like their pro league organizations all over their stream. It's not like they're playing for themselves. They're advertising their organization that they play under. Their content they're making with their orgs, their teammates on that org. They all doing it all together. Like, I get what y'all saying. You gotta put everybody together, but it's a certain way you gotta do it. You gotta have a certain pipeline. 2K doesn't have a set pipeline. Like, yeah, we look at UPAs and all this, but it's not a set pipeline. Like the 2K League.
Bro, you're rambling. I'm not trying to be a dick. You're rambling on. I lost what you were saying like fucking 45 seconds ago, bro. You were rambling on there. What I want to know is like, what I really want to know is like what these GMs have to say about this shit, bro. I have like that's to me. I don't want to hear anything except from the coaches. I want to hear from this dude Famous. I want to see what he thinks. I want those guys' opinions. I want to hear the plus and minus and the pros and cons from them.
Well, Feach. Well, hello. How about this, right? You know, I'm looking at the comments right now on the Twitch. You know, until that happens, you know, let's start SIBA today, man. Let's start it up, man. Let's get it.
Well, you know, I'm doing something right now. I'm not going to shift focus because you said so, but I'm going to read something that Crooks Iverson said. Regardless, 3s or 5s, you're a professional.
I ain't gonna say it, because you know I don't like.
But he's right. He's right. You had your time to play retail.
Let me say something right quick. I agree with both sides, but I agree with you, Fish. I don't think it's really no real like incentive to it, nothing like that. I just feel like it's optional. You know, if they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't.
The only people who should do it are the people who are streamers, because that's really the only thing.
But I will say this though. The league do allow people to play in different leagues. You just can't play for money. Like Drew League, that's amateur league. You consider Hoff and all them leagues. They all amateur leagues.
No, they're not. They're all amateur leagues, but the whole thing was they couldn't play if there was money involved.
That's what I'm saying. If they said, like, you know what I'm saying, they could play, but they just can't play with money involved, I understand that, but that's kind of crazy.
Listen. If you're, I'll listen. I'll say that. Like I'm stuttering. I'm kind of speech. I'm trying to figure out something to say. But honestly, if you're a player that is gonna if you're one of the players that's loading up for post draft, bro. If I'm a coach, I don't know, man. If I'm on that player's team, I'm looking at you like, what the fuck? I don't know, bro. I just don't get it. Like, you know, like these guys are these guys are too.
I don't see no harm in it, man. I don't see no harm.
Like these guys are too happy. Oh my God! Thank you, Toxic. If you guys, whoever's watching the stream, Toxic just said, if you were on my team and you played post draft seriously, you'd be saying hello to Air Drop. What the fuck have I been saying?
Oh, come on, Toxic. Come
on,
man.
I didn't speak to this dude. I said nothing to this dude. And he's not listening to my space. How do I have the same opinion as this man? If you were on my team and you played post-draft seriously, you'd be saying hello to AirDrop. These are the motherfucking people that matter, bro. His opinion matters. These are the people's opinion that matters. The GMs, the people in the league. Bro, you play.
Think Toxic is gonna drop? You really think Toxic is gonna drop?
Oh, are you at it, bro? Listen to me. You're talking, bro. You're somebody who's fucking I had a ban fucking Dynasty from this league because you couldn't get along with him. You'd kick a player out of SIBA in a heartbeat if they weren't respecting you or taking it serious. Come on, don't start fucking. I know you want to like play devil's advocate here, but at some point be serious. You already know. You're a coach. You've been fucking running teams in SIBA for years now. You've had experience with players who you invested in, and we're talking about on a minimal level, on a free level. These guys are getting paid to be here. This is a fun league. And you've had issues with people not taking it serious, and it's frustrating. Just imagine if you're a professional 2K League organization, and you got your fucking, bro, you got your #1 overall pick playing Spicy Boys. Bro, welcome to the airdrop. That's what the league needs, bro. That's exactly. Look, here's Benzo, your #1 overall pick. While y'all in a league build matchup, catch me in post draft. Nuts, absolutely insane. From your #1 overall pick, that shit is fucking crazy.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Sickening, bro.
You saying all this, but what I'm saying is he's not. These guys are not gonna. Just because they're playing in post draft doesn't mean that they're not gonna take the 2K League serious.
Bro, you're not. Bro, you're saying the same thing over and over again at this point, bro. We already went down that road.
Man.
We already went down that road. We already spoke about that already. Dude. And I just saw Toxic say it. I saw Cooks Iverson say it. I'm seeing a couple of things from the league. I saw Famous kind of like, I don't know if he's indifferent about it or he likes it. Famous pays too much attention to post draft anyway. For someone who's a GM in the 2K League, he's really hyper focused on it. He gets a kick out of it. I mean, to me, that's fucking. You at some point you got to pick your loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Are you a professional or do you care about fucking post draft, or you care about the amateurs? You know what I'm saying? Like let the amateurs have let the amateurs play.
I understand what you're saying.
Let the amateurs play. You know what I'm saying? Let the amateurs have their time and play. And, because and think about it too, man. This is the time. A lot of these players now, like a first half J or a Jack Threes, especially a guy like Meter Dunk, who came fairly close. You know what I'm saying? He was a tier 3 guy according to like the Sportsteen, ratings and stuff. Post draft is where post draft is where a lot of guys get drafted. Post draft 2K22 is what got Gazuli drafted last year. Not pre-draft 23. Post-draft 22, when him and Marquise and them dominated for OPM, and then after that, Fire Sticks, that's what got them drafted. That's what got everybody looking. They got their eyes on him. They started having interviews before pre-draft even got going in 2K23, and all these professional teams wanted to see was, can Gazuli continue this level of play with a different game, with a new game against now league competition in pre-draft. And all he had to do was continue that success, and he did, and he got drafted. So the guys that are playing post-draft right now, they're playing for their 2K25, what is it going to be, Season 8 or Season 9 for the league. These guys are playing for their league spots now. All these guys that didn't get drafted, all the Meter Dunks and all the newcomers too. They got all the next two Talks and shit. And the Jay Boolins, right? The guys that really started to shine.
First half Jay.
Yeah, all the guys that started to shine that nobody knew in 2K23 pre-draft that started to shine in post-draft when everybody else was gone. And they became the best players at their position within the, in their peer group. Now you're telling me that these guys got to compete with pros now? Now you're telling me Meter Dunk, Jack Threes, take your pick, bro. Blunt, anybody. Think of anybody. Think of anybody that didn't get drafted, bro. That has had momentum. Now you're telling me they got to deal with fucking Benzo, Chalk, Twins, Tutok on a team, get the shit kicked out of them, and we got to watch Spicy Boys and Black Market in every fucking finals, bro. That's terrible. Look, they can continue to listen. They can continue to do what they want. You just make my league look better. You're doing half the job for me. The shit that these leagues and these people do outside of SIBA, you guys make my shit. So if you don't like me and you hate SIBA, you sure do a fucking great job helping me build something that you don't like. Because this shit is making it terrible, bro. This shit is absolutely making it terrible. No, bro. People are saying that, I can't wait to see Tutok play in post-draft. Bro, you got to be a moron. Nobody wants to see Tutok playing post-draft. They want to see him in the fucking league. We already seen him play in a Spicy Boy uniform. We already seen him in the overnights. We want to see him with the team. We want to see him play against the fucking Utah Jazz. We don't want to see. We've seen Benzo playing in these amateur leagues for years. We don't want to see it again. We want to see the number 1 overall pick in the draft play against the fucking Knicks. Play against the fucking Lakers. We don't want to see him playing against fucking Black Market or fucking State Property or fucking Zero, whatever. We don't want to see these guys play those. Bro, we don't want to see it. We saw it already. Let the
Yeah.
fucking amateurs that are trying to
Okay,
get their fucking
right.
spot next year, let them play. Let's see who the guys are that we're going to be taking an eye on for next
Yeah.
year. Let's take, who are we going to fucking see? Who's the next Tutak coming
Right.
up next
It's
year?
like
We want to see
it's like
that.
it's like Anthony Edwards going back to the summer league, the NBA summer league. You know, like at least let's find out who's killing over there. Who, you know what I'm trying to say? I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like we already saw
it.
that. We saw
Yeah,
these
we already
guys
saw
already,
people.
bro, for months.
Yeah.
It's done now. They got drafted.
Right.
We, you know
I feel
what I'm saying? Like if you're the 2K league, that should be your mentality, right? Like that should be your mentality. Like, hey guys, come look at these guys play here. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be your mentality. Come look at us
Yeah.
here.
It's like, come look at the next guys that might potentially be next. I feel you.
Bro, I just don't get it, bro. And it sounds like that I'm so emotionally invested, but that's just how I am when I talk about something, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm right. I get amped,
man,
you know what I'm saying? It's just
the voice of the people,
it's the
man.
Italian in me, really, you know what I mean? Like I get
It's
carried
that
away a
Brooklyn in
little
you,
bit.
man. It's the Brooklyn in you, man.
I get carried away a little bit, but like, I mean, honestly, I'm really just, like I said, bro, I just don't, I don't understand at all. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, all roads point to.
It's the Staten Island in you, man. I get it.
I guess, but all fingers point to it not being a good idea. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, I mean, whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna do. To everybody else, listen, if you don't want to get your dicks kicked in by the same teams over and over again, if you don't want to spend $150 league fees just to get knocked out of the playoffs by the same teams over and over again, SIBA is free to join. You can't bring your team. You can bring your team in at the high school level. This is a league that's a real, I don't like to call it a draft league. You know the thing is, like, I don't like to call SIBA a draft league because do we call the NBA a draft league? When was the last time you called the NBA a draft league? When was the last time anybody called the NBA 2K league a draft league? Like, is there two professional leagues? One's the NBA 2K league where it's draft. The other professional league is where, you can bring your own teams in. No, there's just one league, bro. We call the NBA, it's not called the NBA 2K draft league. It's called the NBA 2K league. That's the format. It's a draft. All leagues are the same. Hockey has a draft. Major League Baseball has a draft. Soccer's got a draft, right? Major League Soccer, NFL, NBA, all these fucking leagues have drafts, right? So just because we draft in SIBA, that makes us a draft league? No, that makes us a fucking league. If you take a look, if you have any sort of pattern recognition ability in your brain, you would notice that we just modeled our league the same way that actual leagues do it. So I'm not going to differentiate my league between draft league and BYOT league or whatever, bring your own five. Those leagues are glorified tournaments because the regular seasons don't mean shit. All it is a tournament. And let's be honest, like I'm just speaking my mind. I'm not trying to hate on any other leagues, but nobody gives two shits about the stupid fucking regular season. All we care about when we tune in is the start of the tournament. Actually, people don't really start giving a shit about the tournament until the Elite Eight in any of these major leagues, right? Because anybody gets in as long as you play a certain amount of games, and the first round is just a bunch of teams that didn't even belong there anyway, getting knocked the fuck out. You don't get Cinderella. When was the last time? Who here that's a speaker that actually follows Pro Am outside of SIBA? That actually follows the overnights and Hoff and the UPAs. If any of you guys follow it, can you please tell me within the last month and a half, has there been any Cinderella teams in any of these tournaments where a team that we didn't know came out of nowhere and went on a huge run? Anybody? I guess not. I haven't seen it come across the timeline where there's any Cinderella teams, right? But let's take a look at the SIBA playoffs right now. We have a number 9 seed in the semifinals, Cuban Lynx and Wu Chronicles, right then and there. Boom. So, again, don't try to take this the wrong way like I'm bashing other leagues, but this is what a league's supposed to actually look like. You know what I'm saying? If you're tuning into the Twitch stream, number 1, Wu Chronicles advancing. Number 9 seed, Cuban Lynx. Now, they're a good team. They are. They just fell to a 9 seed. They'll be taking on Wu Chronicles in the conference semis. Bells of War advanced yesterday. That was a great, guys. How great was that Bells of War? So I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching that shit. Damn, that was a great series, bro. Three Bells of War, bro. Glaciers of Ice had him. Bells of War 2-0, 2 straight in elimination games in that series. They were down 2-1. Glaciers of Ice had him. It was such a competitive series, bro. But actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Cuba Links is the 6th seed, not the 9. That's my mistake. All right, so they're not as big of Cinderella, as I said. The 9 was, I'm sorry, yeah, that's right. The 9 was Glaciers of Ice. We came close to getting a big Cinderella, right? We almost had it. Of course, no Cinderella is bigger than the 12 seed last season going all the way to the finals and blowing a 3-1 lead to be a champion. But, you know, that's the fun part, right? That's the fun part here. So, you know, again, I don't call this shit a draft league. SIBA's a league. You want to call it a draft league, it makes you feel better. That's fine. I don't call the NFL the National Football Draft League. It's not the NFDL. You know, SIBA is the Staten Island Basketball Association. You want to label it a draft league? That's fine. Me personally, bro. If you don't have this format, I don't even really think you're actually like a league. I think you're just a tournament, which is great, bro. Tournaments are fun, bro. Tournaments are fucking fantastic.
Hey, Feach.
Yo.
Hey, so when is your international leagues gonna start?
We're planning on starting it concurrently with the other seasons after this one. So
it'll be the same time.
It'd probably be small. Like right now, I think the numbers are probably around 6 teams, right? Because it's tough pulling international players.
No, here's the thing: we have people going word of mouth. Like my goal is 10 to 16 teams. The same way. Remember
that's gonna be very difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's gonna be 10 difficult, very difficult, bro. 10 to 16.
I'm aiming for 10. So I'm gonna aim for 10.
Listen, when I first made SIBA, I wanted an 8-team league, very small. I ended up having 12 because I had a lot of people, and I had enough players for about 20, but I only kept it at 12 because I didn't want to overexert myself. I think you guys should keep it at. Listen, I would keep it at 8 for the first season. Get a try. You know what you need to do? I'll tell you what. This is how I ran SIBA from the beginning, right? And this is how I did with college and high school also. It's so important to get your first successful season in the books, even if it's just 8. And whoever has that echo, we got to mute your mic. I think that's Hearn. It's important to get the first season successfully in the books, where everybody played their games, everybody showed up, there was a lot of activity. You could say, yeah, but Feach, we only had eight teams. That's okay. That's all right, man. Keep it small. Get your season. You don't want your first season to be a disaster. People won't come back. All right? You want to keep it small, get it done, crown a champion, have an all-star game, do all that cool shit. And even if it means players didn't get to play that season because they couldn't make a team, that's okay. They'll wait till next season. We'll expand. What you don't want to do is run a shit show and have people not want to come back, because it's going to be hard to get them back. So I don't know how many players you guys actually have. Obviously, I'm going to be very hands-on with the International League. I'm letting you guys build it up and do a lot of the dirty work for me. But before we get to actually putting the product out there, I am going to have my hands all over it. And I'm going to see what we have and what we got and who the coaches are and everything before we put up. No product gets put out in my name without me inspecting it myself, right? So I'll let you guys know. Listen, I'll tell you straight up, yo, it's going to be 8 teams. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll let you know. I'm like, yo, we could do 10. So trust me. This is just one of those things where you're just going to have to trust me. I've been doing it for a while. I think I do a pretty decent job. You know, I'm still learning, to be honest. You know, I'm learning something new about running leagues every day. But, you know, one thing that I have learned that I keep with me is, bro, underpromise and overachieve. Don't bite off more than you can chew in the beginning. Just get that get season 1 successfully under the belt and take it one season at a time. Because if you take a look at college, now you guys are asking me to expand college. How long have you guys been asking me to expand college? I still won't do it. Do you think it's because I don't want more players in college? You think I want to keep players in high school? You think that's why? No. It's because it took a while for college to have this stability. Now the SIBA Collegiate League is one of the most competitive leagues. Period. There's 16 teams. Every team plays every game. Some of the best players in the community are playing in it now. And bro, if this last tournament wasn't any indication of what we had and the spectacular overtime games that we had, bro, the college league is exactly where it needs to be, and I don't want to touch it yet. You know what I'm saying? The expansion's coming. Expansion is absolutely coming to college, 100%. But
So is international league like that league you can go to if say like you've been a free agent for a pro
if
long
you suck,
time.
if you suck and you can't catch on, you can do what Kemba Walker's doing and score 92 points in Egypt. You can do shit like that.
Cool,
Yes.
man.
Hey,
I was
just know when you come there though, you're getting punched in the mouth. 'Cause every
Yeah,
time
just
someone
listen,
plays
when
on their
you go
server-
there as an American player, you're playing on their servers. Just like if you were an
Yeah.
American player, you want to go play in China,
Oh,
you're
so
living in
that's
China.
hella delayed.
Yeah, it's good. So all you're going to be doing is dealing with the same adversity that these guys have been dealing with forever now, right? When they want to play with you guys, they got to deal with the delay. So you're going to be dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be dealing with it, and if you don't want to deal with the delay, then just get better and get on and play in SIBA and be a pro. You know, but if you really got nothing going on and you just want to continue to play and hoop and shit like that, then you know you'll be playing on their servers, bro, 100%.
I was also thinking about like the time difference, bro. Like what time do they gonna have like?
Well,
What do you
actually,
care what
that-
time it is? You guys play this game till 6 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
You play an
Yeah,
overnight
that's
tournament,
right.
9 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting 9 o'clock in the morning. My fucking Twitter is getting updated with GG posts.
Wait, Trippy.
There is
the
no
international
time
league
zone.
actually works best. The league works best for your schedule specifically.
Yeah, dude.
play
And it
during
may
the
listen. The international
So the
league may
league
not be.
in the morning.
Listen, let me look.
Yeah,
This
they
is
play
as
in the
best.
morning.
This is as best
that's
as I.
fire.
This is as best as I can break it down for any American player wanting to play in the international league in SIBA, right? It's not going to be for all of you guys. It's not even meant for you guys. But if you want to play it, you can. But it's not something that's designed to be convenient for you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is for them. But because we need players, right? We're going to have free agents play there. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, and if you can make a team. You know, if a coach actually wants you on the team, we need coaches for this though. So you know, we're still a ways away from actually launching it, but we're gonna have listen. We still got the playoffs for SIBA, right? We're still in the divisional round. We got one more matchup left, which is Poisonous Darts and Sunz Of Man. Going to review that matchup in a moment. But we're still in the divisional round technically, right? So we still got like another week and a half of the season. And then we're going to have a break because we need to catch up with all the stats because of what Killer J did. So there's plenty of time to get this international league going, but there's not plenty of time where it could be wasted. So every day we got to have the guys that have stepped up to be international admins. Every day you got to be doing something to add more players in, you know what I'm saying, and to solidify that structure. We don't have any time to waste, but we do have enough time to get something to launch it at the same. It's not going to be the same time as the draft. We're going to have the draft, then we're going to have selection day, we're going to have high school start, and then we'll have international will start whenever. They don't have to abide by the same schedule, but the SIBA season will start first because the SIBA season is going to be the one that lasts the longest. You know what I'm saying? So we have to have the SIBA the pro season actually start first, right? But so this has been a very entertaining play. We had a few sweeps. Cuban Links swept Bulletproof Wireless. They went out weak. I was shocked. I honestly was shocked that they went out so weak. I thought they were going to win. I thought they had a solid team. I got a feel for Philly, bro. I mean, he drafted Sorrento, brought a championship caliber player onto the roster, hoping that he'd teach some of these guys what it takes to be a winner. Philly is desperate for a ring. He wants to get into the Hall of Fame so bad. And trust me when I tell you, he has the numbers to get in. Philly absolutely has. Now, these stats aren't updated because I haven't done it yet, but I will soon. But if you're taking a look at all-time stats, I mean, as a center, where is he? He's one, there's two. I mean, if you count Chubb, I'm talking about full-time centers. How many players ahead of him that are full-time centers? Just one. He's the second all-time leading full-time center scorer. Number one is Paranoid Duck. Paranoid Duck's been here longer than him. Paranoid Duck's been here since season 2. He's the second highest scoring center in league history. He leads the league in rebounds by a decent margin. Midnight Shack's been here since season 2, right? Philly's been here since season 5, so Midnight Shack has a 3-season head start on him, and Philly still leads this league with 26.79 in rebounds. Assists, He is second on the all-time among big men in assists with 850. Steals. I think he's even up here in steals at some point. No, he's not. He's not up here in steals. But blocks, number one all-time by a very wide margin. If you're taking a look at the stream, he's got 254 blocks. This is not including this season stats, by the way. 254 blocks as of season 22. He's a full 64 blocks ahead of Paranoid Duck for number one all-time. Now you're taking a look at season one-time season. Total blocks, 43. This record may never be broken. Nobody blocks shots anymore. The blocked shot is a lost art in NBA 2K. And he's got 43 in the season in season 10. That's never getting broken, guys. It's never. So he's got a record that's not going to be broken here. As far as total rebounds, he's everywhere. Number one all time, season 20. That's last season, 244. He's number one and number two. He's Rich tied him number two, and Skyza, 244, 241. He's up there again, 222, 220. How many 200? You get on this list by having 200 rebounds in a season. He's had 1, 2, 3. He's at, wait a minute. He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons with 200 rebounds. Shaq has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shaq's had 7 200 rebound seasons. Philly's had 5. So as far as numbers go, he's a Hall of Famer. He's just missing that jewelry. It's hard to, to vote a guy in when everybody in the Hall of Fame has these type of numbers, and they're champions, right? So he's so desperate to win that title, bro, because that's the last thing he's missing is that trophy on his mantle, and he's getting in. He may get into the Hall of Fame without it. I think he should. But it's difficult to get a first-place vote when you don't have a ring. And for them to go out like that and get swept in the first round, I feel for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sucks. It really does suck. But I saw his keepers. He's running it back. Now, we don't know. There's an opening for a coach, and Sorrento wants it for Wu Gambinos. There's also a lot of college coaches that are qualified, right? There's not a college coach available that's a better fit to coach a team than Sorrento. He's the all-time leader in wins in both the regular season and the playoffs. All time. Like, he's the most winningest coach of all time. So if he wants the team, he's going to get it. I'm going to have to give Bulletproof Wallets a second-round compensation pick, but that's going to be a big loss. So if Sorrento leaves, they're going to have to fill that up. They're going to get their first-round pick back, and they'll have 2 seconds. But, for them to get swept as and by the way, that was the first time the Bulletproof Wallets ever won their division. So they were the first. They won their division for the first time. So he did a great job, right? Wu Chronicles almost got scary for them. It got scary for clutching them boys, right? They almost lost to a 10 seed, bro. Bing the Ruckus was in a dogfight in the opening round, right? In the fucking wild card round, 3-2. I watched that series. The divisional round, I didn't watch that much. 2 nights ago, but I did watch last night the games. I watched the Bells of War series. Johnny Blaze getting swept, Guns and Razors. Brow is just on a tear right now. He's playing out of his mind.
Feast, man. Shout out to C-Buzz, man. C-Buzz, man.
C-Buzz
doing his thing out here.
C-Buzz been playing fantastic, bro. C-Buzz and Bump is, Bump's a rookie in SIBA, but he's not a rookie in the community. And he's playing like he's got all the experience in the world.
Feast, let me ask you a question. What qualifies for most improved player of the year? Because somebody was in my DM.
Just the player that improved most from one season to the next. I'm looking. There's a few players I'm looking like. Listen, Billy Costa had 4. I think he's had like 3 or 4 triple doubles this season alone. Playing a new position. And he really didn't do anything this season before that. He hasn't really had a good season. So I'm looking at him there. I'm looking at Juice on Supreme Clientele. I think he took a big step up. There's there's a few players I'm looking at for most improved. But I mean, listen, you got to take a look at a player that's like having a big impact, and seeing what they did last season. It's tough. It's going to be tough because I can't see what they did last season. Because the stats are gone. That's why it's just so important.
Yeah. I forgot somebody here. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it's so important we get these stats back so I can do the all-time list. There's just so much content we can't do yet because we just the stats were erased. If you're looking at
and who did that again?
That was Killer J.
Killer J
lives in Long Island, bro.
Man. Yo, bro, Killer J. Oh, he in Long Island? Yo,
Yeah.
Killer J. Yo, if you can see this man,
Got his address and
bro.
everything.
For real? All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Feast, send that over to Harlem Energy, man. Yo, bro, you are a hater, Killer J. I didn't even think you was like that, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all good.
But guess
man,
what? We got every single screenshot for every game ever played. So we're gonna actually go back in time and we're gonna do total for playoffs. We're gonna have playoff stats for the first time. So,
Oh, that's tough.
after
That's tough.
from something so horrible is gonna grow into something even better than we had before. That's just the SIBA way. That's the SOE way, bro. You take a shot at us, you stab us. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, bro.
And we right at your doormat. Let them know, Feach. They talking crazy. Hey, yo, listen. Oh yeah, I meant to say this, y'all. Yo, in the SIBA chat, man. I don't want to bring. I'm trying to make this as brief as possible. Y'all gotta chill out with that racist stuff, man.
All right, well, we'll
For
talk
real.
about that again. I just want to cover
All right,
the
bro.
playoffs.
Because I take that to the heart, man. I don't like that, man.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll talk about that later. But for now, let's review these playoffs. The Wu-Tang Conference, if you're looking on the stream, you have the Older Gods are number one. Shadow Boxers will not be facing Older Gods because it's either going to be if the Poisonous Darts win, then they're going to go right here at number two. If Sunz Of Man win, then it's going to be Sunz Of Man playing Older Gods, and Shadow Boxers are going to end up playing Ghost Showers. So Older Gods and Shadow Boxers will not play against each other no matter what happens. So they're there, but we don't know who the Ghost Showers are going to play. We got to wait and see. Now, look, all signs point to Poisonous Darts taking that series. I get it. They're number 2 seed. A lot of people in the league, if you ask around, think that I've had people predict them to win the finals. I've had people saying that the Poisonous Darts are the favorites to win the chip. I still think it's Older Gods. I do, but you still got a lot of people that just can't get over. They just love anything Yo Crazy's attached to. They just think that he's going to win it all. You know what I'm saying? So, So I got a lot of people telling me that Poisonous Darts are going to represent the Wu-Tang Conference in the finals. So, we still got to play the series. We still got to play the series. We can see what happens. We've seen upsets go down. If the Sunz Of Man do pull off the upset, it doesn't get any easier. They're going to go from playing number 2, they're playing number 1, right? So it's going to be tough for them. And the Shadow Boxers will play Ghost Showers, and that's going to be a fun series, man. I mean, the Ghost Showers. They're getting hit with the BYOT rule, which means 3 players or more on a team that play outside of SIBA for a paid league under a different brand have to go back into the draft. It's not that they're banned from the team, but they just can't be used as keepers. So Bestford is just going to have to redraft those guys, which is going to hurt because, he's got Easy Macaroni in them on low picks because of the expansion draft. So for him to fuck that up and, keep 3 players or more on this team, that was a big blunder. But listen, he's a new head coach. You're really not familiar. I saw him arguing in commissioner's chat about it. So he's a newer head coach. That's not a mistake that he's going to make again. If you really want a BYOT team in SIBA, you take the 2 best. And then, if they tell you, pick up my man in free agency, you just put him, you don't pick him up. You just put him down.
Well, if you should clarify, if they have SIBA in the name and promoting SIBA.
Yeah, but they don't have SIBA in the name. It's Glue Guys, bro.
No,
I've already
I'm
looked.
just clarifying.
Yeah, you know what it has to be? Like, the Rushing Elephants didn't get hit with the BYOT rule because they were the Rushing Elephants, right? Protect your neck
Right.
didn't get hit with the BYOT rule. They play as protect your neck. That's how you avoid it. You go out there and you're pushing SIBA, you're promoting SIBA in these other leagues. That's how it works.
Yeah, because that's what the Killer Hills do. We play as Killer Hills
Good.
in anything we join.
All right, cool. Well, you want to make sure you do that.
I
Listen.
have a question.
I
Hey,
like.
yo, Hearn, chill out with that.
I love glue guys, bro. But we got to abide by those rules. You know what I'm saying? So
Shout out to the glue guys, man.
yeah, shout out to
Word.
Cougs and the glue guys. But we got to maintain that
Shout out
rule.
to Garland, man.
That rule is, it's fundamental to the competitive spirit of this league. Maintaining its draft structure. You know what I'm saying? So, but nonetheless, bro, listen, they're here now and they're playing really well. And bro, let's see, they Go Showers. They actually lost the game to Cash Rules, so. They haven't been sweep. They didn't sweep through everything, but if you take a look, it's going back to the regular season. Go Showers have won 4 straight games to end it. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you take a look: 5, 6, 7, and 1, 8 to 10 and 1 in their last 11 games.
Shout out to the Bells of War, man.
So
My boy Black.
Go Showers are 10 and 1 in their last 11, going in red hot against whoever they play. Now I know older guys have won 11 straight games or 12 straight games. So I mean they're the hottest team in the league right now. Shadow Boxers had a grinded out series against Black Diamonds. Grinded out. I mean, bro, that was a fun series to watch, bro. Honestly, like you had fucking Hoot going back and forth, Pablo Trez doing everything in his power. Zaytoven was playing out of his mind, bro. Like, these guys were slugging it out in the divisional round. The only bad part about that series is one of them had to lose and go home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you felt like both of you just wanted to see both of those teams advance, but obviously they couldn't. So, but if everything holds up the way it is and Poison starts winning, you're gonna have older gods and Go Showers. That should be a really interesting first round, conference semis matchup. And then you're going to have Shadow Boxers playing against Poisonous Darts, and that's when I always say this, right? Like, we have 12 out of 20 teams in each conference make the playoffs. So you get a bunch of these teams in SIBA in the playoffs that don't really belong there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to diss nobody, but don't really belong there. You know what I mean? But we make sure that we have enough players or enough teams still alive in a playoff chase late in the season, right? Where you got guys still loading up for something. That's why we have so many teams per conference make it, right? We want to make sure that these teams are loading up. I hear these guys all the time. Yo, we're 6 and 9. Do we have a chance to make the playoffs if we win the rest of our games? Yeah. So they're motivated. Like, if it was only 8 teams that made it out of fucking 20, a lot of those teams have nothing to play for like the last whole week of the season, and nobody wants that. So, we what's up? We balling? So we want to keep as many teams, fighting for something meaningful as long as possible in this league. So that's why we make 12 out of 20. But when you have a format like that, you're going to get teams that shouldn't have been there. Like, no disrespect, Killer Hills really shouldn't have been there. And they were never really a dominant team. I know they won a couple of games in a row to end the season, but, like, these teams, like, they shouldn't have been there. Pro Tools 9 and 9, like 500 teams. Like, the one thing I did like about the season, though, no teams below 500 made it. No 8 and 10 teams with more losses than wins made the playoffs this season. You had to be at least 500. I love the playoffs where everybody that makes it has a winning season, and if you're 500, you don't make it. But you're really never going to get that when you have 12 out of 20. So, but once in a while, you get these teams that they say they don't belong there, and then they end up winning games. Like, they end up giving you a surprise. Listen, Assassination Day was 10 and 8. They had no business beating Protect Your Neck. I know they got annihilated by the older gods next round, but they had a little run in them, They had a little run in them. Nobody on this side except for Cash Rules was 9 and 9. There was only one team out of 12 that didn't have a winning record. Nobody with a losing record, though, in the Wu-Tang Conference. But, and then you get to the divisional round, and, Assassination Day made it, and that was fun for them. But then they got smashed by a team that they're supposed to get smashed when. This was a fun series. This Go Showers Brooklyn Zoo was kind of a wash, right? But you did have this series, and we're going to see what this series looks like. If it's a complete domination by Poisonous Darts, which I've been talking to a lot of you guys, off the books, nobody's giving Sunz of Man a chance right now. They have a good roster. They do, but nobody's giving them a chance right now. I think it's going to be Poisonous Darts in 3. I don't think they're going to be 3 blowouts, but I don't think Sunz of Man are going to beat them in a game. Let's see how they did against them in the regular season, if we get any indication. And right here, you're taking a look, 57-65, 85-72, both losses. They got swept. That was part of a 3-game losing streak in that chunk of the schedule. So they've played them twice, and they've lost twice, and I just think that, Poisonous Darts are going to – they just have too much, bro. I mean, Jay Keith with a 5th-round pick. They got Step Back Sam, crazy over there. They just got too much, man. There's just too much talent on that roster for a team like Sunz of Man to overcome. So I feel like they're going to win it, and it's going to be Shadow Boxers and Poisonous Darts. And then when we get to this part, right, when we get to this part of the conference semis, and you're seeing Shadow Boxers and Poisonous Darts, that's going to be fun, right? That's going to be fun. Shadow Boxers are a young team with a young coach, brand new coach. With his first draft, he's got a backcourt full of rookies. Got rookies on the team right now. They're overachieving. They're achieving a lot in SIBA. Rookies really don't tend to do this unless they're league players. They'll be playing. They're going to end up going up against a veteran team, a team that's won a championship already in this league, a team that's always in the conference finals or the conference semis. They're going to be playing a Poisonous Darts team that's always here, right? We know we've never seen Shadow Boxers here before. This is their first time in the playoffs. But we see Poisonous Darts here every season.
Shout out to Hoop.
We see the Poisonous Darts here every season, and it doesn't matter. They're going through the teams that they're going to go through, right? They lost last season to in the conference finals to the Rushing Elephants. Everybody lost to the Rushing Elephants, right? We've seen them lose games. We've seen them three win games, right? They've gone through some of the best teams. We've seen them lose to Protect Your Neck in the playoffs. We've seen them beat Protect Your Neck in the playoffs. But either which way, you always see Poisonous Darts in this spot. And now the Shadow Boxers and that young team are going to be facing a team that has been here before a bunch of times. It's just routine. Like the Poisonous Darts have players on a team where it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to make a deep playoff run. It's just a matter of time of when. So right now, Poisonous Darts is where they need to. But this is the part of the schedule now, right? This is the part of the season where the Poisonous Darts really buckle in because it gets serious, right? They're playing a 5-game series against a talented team that has the ability to beat them. Maybe not beat them 3 out of 5, but take a game or 2 from them, right? So this is where it gets real interesting for Crazy and for Keith. I'm not saying they don't take the regular season or the other round seriously, but this is like they're always here. Like they're always getting out of the first round. They're always in the playoffs. They're always topping it. I mean, they've been flip-flopping between them and Legendary Weapons for that division. You know what I'm saying? And now they've left Legendary Weapons in the dust. But it's always been them or Legendary Weapons on top of this division. And they're always expecting to be here. But now they're here where they expect to be here, and now it's time for them to buckle down and get to work. And then you got the older gods. If they play Ghost Showers, that's not going to be as easy. Listen, Buck is one of those guys that really just doesn't have much respect for his opponents. He better respect this team. He has to respect Ghost Showers and what they've been able to accomplish. They're 10-1 in their last 11. So this is by far going to be the best team that they're going to face so far in the playoffs. Right? If Sunz of Man win, well, I'm going to review it if Sunz of Man win. I think it's going to be a sweep. But if they win, then they're going to go against Older Gods, and I think Older Gods will definitely take care of business against them there. And then you're going to have Ghost Showers and Shadow Boxers, 2 teams that were expansion teams just a season prior. And that's going to be fun, man. One of those teams that was an expansion team just last season is going to be 3 wins away from playing in the SIBA finals. The next time SIBA, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but the next time SIBA expands and you want to coach and you're stupid enough to say, yo, I don't want an expansion team because they don't draft, you're a fucking idiot. Bro, these expansion teams have such huge advantages after the first season. I mean, just ask Clutch if he could do it all over again. Would he take an expansion team, or would he stay on Bulletproof Wallets? I got rid of him off Bulletproof Wallets and gave Philly his team back and put him in the expansion draft and 14 and 29 wins in 2 seasons. 29-7. And the best team in the league 2 seasons straight. Let's go over to this side of the bracket real quick. We're going to review this real quick. Wu Chronicles and Cuban Links. Wu Chronicles is in a new territory now. They finally won a. They got beat last season in the first round. Very disappointing. They did lose to the team that would end up going to the finals, right? But they got past Bring the Ruckus. That was scary for Wu Chronicles. Wu Chronicles was the best teams, right? And what do you mean we have more? We have more views in the 2K League. We only have 145 views with a Discord full of 8,000 people. And 2K League ain't even doing nothing, bro. They're not even talking about. They're just, what are they doing? They're just fucking talking. They're not playing. Are they playing? I don't know. Well, what do you want from me, bro? Don't get mad at me, man. Go watch them. But Wu Chronicles, like, they got a scare because remember last season they were 14-4, number 1 seed, back-to-back seed. Well, no, they were the number 2 seed last season. I'm sorry, I apologize. They were the number 2 seed last season. Number 1 seed was Knuckleheads at 15-3. But Wu Chronicles, they got knocked out. Let's take a look at last season's playoffs. At last season's playoffs in review. Where the fuck is it? Archives. Boom. Archives. This is the best part about this league. Let's take a look at how the playoffs went down last season. So, Wu Chronicles, the 2 seed and the 1 seed got knocked out last season. They got knocked out by Killer Hills last season. That was fun. And when they saw the fight that Bring the Pain put up, when they saw the fight that Bring the Pain put up in the first round, you know it had to be going through their mind in Game 5. Like, fuck no. We are not having this type of season again and getting rounded. Fuck no. Pulled it out. They got it done. Now they're facing a better team than Bring the Ruckus. They're facing Cuban Links, a team that has, they had a competitive series against Pro Tools and they swept Bulletproof Wallets. They even look like they belonged in the same building together. But they're going to be facing the Cuban Links. I like Wu Chronicles. I think they got the monkey off their back. They won a playoff series now. I think it's a return that they can return to being the same loose team, confident team that they were before they got in the playoffs. Now, like I said, they got the monkey off their back. They're not getting rounded. They can breathe a sigh of relief. Let's go out there and just play Wu Chronicles basketball. That's what they're going to do. I think they're going to win it in 5 games. I think Cuban Links puts up a big fight because they're a good team. But Wu Chronicles will take that series. Another dogfight for Wu Chronicles. Bells of War and Guns and Razors. Now, according to Pest Analytics and Naps, the Legacy Leaderboards team valuation, Guns and Razors are a big favorite to win this. I have not seen the numbers of the analytics that are involved. I'm going to see. Let me see if I can find. Oh, look, comments. Let's mind the business that pay us. Crying, bro. That's why it says you're a former NBA 2K League player, Akieli. Former, bro. Don't worry about it. Maybe you'll get back there one day. Let's try to find Nap, because Nap had the what the fuck is Nap?
Hey, yo, bot account said it's because they have our wrong lineup and calculations.
Yo, I don't want to hear your fucking excuses, bro. You're losing, and that's it. You're going to fucking lose.
Oh, man. Hey, yo, bot, prove them wrong, bot. Yo, they call you the Robert Horry of SIBA. You know that, right?
Here we go. Guns and Razors 65% chance. They're a 186 favorite on the money line. Wu Chronicles favored. I don't know.
Your first half, Jay said he wants to come back, man.
Bro, I think this is a tough one to call because Brown has been insane.
Yeah, shout out to Brown, man. I ain't gonna lie. All that talk about Brown been putting on. Brown been locked in for sure, man. I watched that game. And they was talking crazy about Brown.
Well, this is
right now in the league chat. They talking crazy about Brown.
Well, listen, like I said earlier, in the Wu-Tang conference, same thing in the Shaolin conference. The conference semifinals is where you're going to see the teams that belong there the whole time. You know, you got Wu Chronicles, Cuban Links, Bells of War, and Guns and Razors. These are good matchups, bro. These are fantastic matchups against teams that match up against each other well. These are games that you want to see. So we got Guns and Razors and Bells of War. Bells of War has already beat them by 18 earlier in the season. So there's that. And then you have Wu Chronicles. I keep yawning, bro. Wu Chronicles and Cuban Links, and Wu Chronicles already own a win. So these teams, each team has faced each other before. Wu Chronicles has beat Cuban Links in one game. And the one time that Bells of War and Guns and Razors played, Bells of War took that matchup quite easily.
And for all you people that's interviewed,
and they graded
maybe
Brown.
y'all not understanding, these are all names of Wu-Tang Clan songs. If y'all not, I know we might be past that, but for all the viewers that don't know what's going on,
you're too
these
young.
teams are named after Wu-Tang Clan songs.
Well, I'm yawning like a motherfucker, and I got to go pick up Ari Ring because I got some hibachi waiting. So this was a good show. Listen, real quick, I got Wu Chronicles in 5. Shit, I don't know who to pick. I got Bells of War in 4.
I got Bells of War too.
I got Bells of War in 4.
In 4.
Yeah, I got him. I got Guns N' Razors winning one game. That you know why? I'll tell you why. They graded out Brow in their first game, and they spanked him. So I think that with that Bells of War defense is tough, bro. That Bump kid is fucking good, bro. He's good. It's gonna be Bells of War.
Bump is nice.
It's gonna be 2 expansion teams for last season in the conference finals. One expansion team from last season is gonna be playing for a SIBA chip. And on the other side, it's hard to call. I got Poisonous Darts over Sunz Of Man in 3 games. So I'm going to have...
KHBJ said he got the links in Guns and Razors in the conference finals.
I'm going to have Oligards over Ghost Showers in 4. I'm going to have Poisonous Darts over Shadow Boxes in 5. But we can't start these other games. We cannot schedule these games until this bracket's filled.
Say it, Pete. Say it. Nah, say a slogan. Get in the fucking gym.
They're getting in the gym. It's supposed to be 9:00 tonight. I want to stream. I do, but I got to see what the deal is tonight.
Pete, you got to stream that, man. You
know, your message.
Good spaces.
Listen,
was a good spaces,
what's
man.
His name wants to know if I egoed his message, bro. If you're not in SIBA right now because you got kicked, bro, you ain't a priority, man. You want to get back in SIBA, fine.
Holla at Harlem.
Yeah, look. Let's get this fucking pussy back in SIBA. Why don't we, right? Where is he?
Yo, first half, Jay, listen, man, look, come FaceTime me. We're going to talk.
Get your fucking Harlem's FaceTime Survivor badge.
You got to get Harlem FaceTime Survivor badge, bro. You got to come holler at me, man. So, go throw on your makeup. Go throw on your wig, your bonnet, and go on video call. Come holler
Ban's
at me,
revoked. Ban is revoked. Go get yourself a invite link. All right?
All right, there it go. First, yo, Jay, you see?
I'm out of here, though, guys.
Come on, bro.
I'm about to go get some din. I'm out of here, y'all. Thank you.
Some what?
Some dinner.
Oh.
Peace out, y'all.